Hey, are you ready for your Flower of Life drawing practice? This really is a pretty amazing mirror. And again, I want to prepare you for doing it multiple times until you feel right. You'll see in the one I'm about to do, there's one portion that is not in alignment, but the rest of it was, and it felt like it worked for those purposes. And notice your inner dialogue, and we'll talk more about that as I demo. I wanted to give you a little compass, just reminders, in case you haven't used one of these since, junior high or something. I think it had been a while for me. We're gonna do five circles tall. So you want to start in the middle of your paper, and you want to make sure that you have enough room to do 5 circles stacked, right? So if your circles were too big, right, they'd fall off the page. You wouldn't be able to draw the entire flower of life that we need to then draw Metatron's cube, which we'll do in the next section of Unstoppable Dream. So the most important thing I want you to just remember is that clearly this distance, once you set how big your circles are going to be, so this is the center, clearly going around, so that's how big they are. This distance, this can't move, right? And they're set up to be locked, but if for some reason, it gets doinked, it's really important that all your circles are exactly the same size, okay? So you might just do some practice runs with this and make sure that it's good and stable, right? The other thing is this lead. This lead has worked perfectly. I had to order new lead. Sometimes in the past it had been kind of loose or something. I'm not really sure, but you want to make sure all these things are super stable. And then the center point is the most important thing to focus on. As long as that doesn't move, you're probably going to be in good shape. Okay, so just make sure this is nice and tight, and your lead is tight, and you're going to get into your Zen place. So let's draw our flower of life. So you want to begin this first circle as close to the center of your paper as possible. And then you find a point on the edge of the first circle and draw another circle. I did try to make that second circle directly above, like it was following a vertical line, but ultimately it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be exact. And so you can see you just begin to go around placing the point, the center of the compass, on the edge of the first circle where your previous circle interacts. And you're placing most of your pressure on that center point and then lightly going around with the lead. So this is called the seed of life, what you're seeing right now. And then you simply repeat. It is important to have a level of exactness with this, and it may take multiple tries until you get a flower of life that really feels in alignment and where everything lines up, or circles up, as we could say. And you'll see here soon how in this section of the flower of life, for some reason, things do not line up perfectly perfect. I believe it's really vital, or there is fabulous opportunity drawing the flower of life to observe your inner dialogue. Observe where you get confused or frustrated, and just notice. Part of what we are developing with a sacred painting or a sacred creative practice is self-awareness, so that we can embody our beingness as both the human with our baggage and our stories and our limiting beliefs, as well as our infinite self, the part of you that can witness your humanness. And drawing the sacred geometry is a fabulous opportunity to do this. I believe sacred geometry is a bridge that we can use to create a level of harmony between our logical mind and our intuitive mind, or our linear mind and our creative mind. In his book on creativity, Amit Goswami, who is a quantum physicist, says that our logical mind will resist all change until it perceives unity. And that really struck me. How can I convince my left brain that venturing into the unknown, that doing different things is safe? And I believe sacred geometry is a portal, a way that our left brain can perceive unity, because sacred geometry is and has been scientifically proven to be at the core, the fabric of our existence. This flower of life is an illustration, not even just an illustration, it is the pattern of life and how it evolves. So creating this sacred geometry includes an invitation into a new sense of unity and harmony. I believe it can activate you into a new level of trust in this lifetime, of seeing the interconnectedness and the oneness. So you begin by drawing awareness to how you communicate with yourself as you create. There's always a point at this stage, and you can see me kind of hesitating here and there, trying to understand where the next place is to put the center of my compass. And the truth is, you can just keep going, creating these circles until you get to the number of circles that will enable us to create Metatron's cube from the flower of life. find yourself breathing deeply, connecting to your breath to keep yourself open and creating. And this is a case truly where if you've begun this process and your circles are off, they're not lining up perfectly, I do encourage you and give you permission to either erase if you have a nice gum eraser, or to simply turn the page and start again. You can always paint over your flower of life attempts, but be gentle with yourself. I've done several of these, and this one still doesn't turn out perfect. And what thoughts come to mind as you create your flower of life? Can you see how the design is completely interdependent? And how it's created from the centers. I am reminded as I draw this flower of life the importance of staying centered and creating awareness around what knocks me off my center, and then not beating myself up for knocking myself off my center, but learning from how I bring myself back to my center. I also love to imagine that each one of these circles and each one of the intersections that creates that flower design is like when two people meet and share an idea, share an experience. We are changed with each one of those connections. Both of us are changed, and then we meet other people and other people and other people. The whole world eventually will be changed because of one meeting between two people. The ripple effect. The 6 degrees of separation. Or is it more like 2 degrees of separation these days? I encourage you to explore the flower of life symbol. If you feel called, there are so many YouTube videos and Gaia TV episodes that explore how the symbol has been found in and on ancient structures from Egypt to Central America. Musings on how this highly detailed symbol was received by these ancient civilizations. Perhaps you meditate with the flower of life. Sometimes in meditation, I connect an intention to that center circle, and then I imagine that intention being multiplied and carried and expanded and journeying out into the world in this flower of life pattern. Or maybe it consoles you on days where you're feeling alone or disconnected. Or maybe it inspires a sense of possibility and magic. It will meet you where you are. when you use symbols in meditation, they can be referred to as a yantra. A yantra is a visual mantra. These symbols have energy, which means they communicate to you on an energetic level. Their energy interacts with your energy, and you are changed as a result. Now I am going back in and darkening the symbols, the circles that will be the foundation of our Metatron's cube. So you can see there are going to be 5 circles on the vertical axis, and then also 5 circles making diagonal lines intersecting. What's nice is the point of your compass can result or find the same point that was used to make that circle in the first place. So it's not difficult to trace the circles again, to darken them. You may choose to draw the flower of life over and over, each time getting different insight, different wisdom, an exercise in centering, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life. A drawing meditation, a bridge to remembering that there is so much more than meets the naked eye in our life, in our universe. Thank you for exploring the creative possibilities with me. You did it. Aho.